YouTube. They got me off the Henny, but that's neither here nor there. So, hi. Alright, so I went on my story on Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm lit. I went on my story on Instagram and did a poll to see whether y'all wanted to see a story time about why I don't do hair anymore or how I got fired from Chipotle. And there was an overwhelming response on how I got fired from Chipotle. So that's gonna be today's story. Let's just jump right into it. Oh, before I do, today's shirt. This is a crop top. It says Black AF. I love it. I think it's really cute. I just got it. I think it's from the website's called Melanin Outlet. I'll drop the link in the description whenever I confirm. But I think it's mad cute. Anyways, the story. If you've ever worked for Chipotle, you know that when you go to the interview, they kind of tell you like all these success stories and be like,
in just a year, this person was running their very own Chipotle and da 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 da. If you work hard, you too can have your own Chipotle. You can be whipping an Audi within a year.
And I was like, all right. I mean, this sounds all good and fine and all, but what's tea? So anyways, once I got the job there, I was really excited. I'm not gonna tell you guys where I worked. Chipotle, Lenox Mall, ATL.
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, everything was all cool at first. After a while, I was like, you know, you guys are really doing a lot for some rice bowls with a little bit of meat. They were really anal about the portion sizes, how many scoops of rice you do, 4 ounces of meat, which is fine. I understand the efficiency of the product and da 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 da. But they were doing a lot. They were like,
this is gonna be how fast you gotta move the line, and you know it's just gonna be really busy, so you gotta be moving like this, and when this person gets to this point in the bowl, then you grab it and you pass it on to the next person on the line, and you're just gonna.
And I was like, guys, settle down. But we were a really efficient Chipotle. I'm not gonna say that we didn't do a good job. It was great. You know, the general manager, we're gonna call him Alfonso. So Alfonso basically started out as a regular worker, and he was kind of like moving his way up until the point where he became the GM. And when he became the GM, you know, I know that y'all have been in companies where people can move up. So once they get to that position of managerial status, they switch up on you. They suddenly start acting like they're just too good for everything and they're better than everyone else, which is fine. But the thing about the Chipotle that I worked at, everyone was really cool. Everyone smoked weed, so it was like we kind of bonded over that. People would link up after work and on the off days for sessions, all of that cute stuff. So it was kind of like a little family, you know. I loved the people that I worked with. It was really fun, whatever. I felt like I was doing my job well. I was really efficient. I never got like any promotions or anything, but that's neither here nor there. We're just gonna leave that alone. But you know, some days I would have to Uber home from work because they would really have us staying there late hours, and then early in the morning, like if you had to open, if you're opening, your shift starts at 7 a.m. And at the time I was living on campus, so I had to ride the train. I didn't have a car or anything like that. And then the train started running at maybe like 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. So I would really be up at like 4 a.m. trying to get ready to go catch this train at Peachtree Center Station. I was like, bro, what? Like, and then sometimes they would have you close the night before. So you're there until like 11, you don't get home until 12, and then the next day you're opening, so you're waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. I was just like, how does this make any sense? And granted, that didn't happen all the time, but it did happen to the point where I was like, all right, y'all are doing a lot. So whatever. At some point in time, I was like, you know, I'm just really not happy. And I kind of would always talk to my different coworkers because it was like we were a little family. Like we were close, we were friends. And I would always be like, just talking my shit and being like,
you know, we're way too good for this job. You know, we could be doing so much more. I make music. I think one day I'm just gonna blow up and da 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 da.
And so That's kind of the wave that I was on. And I'm not gonna cap, like every time I go to a different job, that's kind of what I'd be on. I'd be like,
we can do so much better than this. I know that this is where we are right now, but this doesn't have to be the rest of our life.
but for some people, y'all remember that meme?
Chipotle is my life.
For some people, that was really it. Like, Chipotle was life. The only goal that there was to move up, run your own Chipotle, and be the GM of that Chipotle. And there were some nights that I was kind of like, you know,
I do not want to take out the trash. The train is coming. Unless y'all are about to pay for an Uber for me, then there's nothing that I can do. This is the last train of the night. I don't have money for an Uber. And now you want me to go take out the garbage, which isn't really even part of my job description. And you want me to miss the train, miss my bus, and be stranded here in the middle of Buckhead? I don't stay over here. So it's kind of like, okay, whatever.
so like I said, we would always have these little gatherings where all of us are hanging out like we're friends, etc., etc. And one day, I don't know how I knew it was gonna happen. I think I just felt it, but I was like, you know, they about to cut me. Like, I guess, you know, Alfonso was in his feelings because I wasn't doing exactly what he said when he said it, whatever. But whatever. So throughout this time, there were other people that were moving up too. Like, so the people that were working with me, but they had worked there like before me. So they were kind of ahead of me in the whole like chain of commandments. So they were working to be their manager status or whatever, since Alfonso already moved up to be GM. So he was like the highest manager in the store. But they were like,
Okay, you know, I'm gonna be kitchen manager, I'm gonna be back of house manager, front of house manager.
and that's cute, whatever, get your coin, but don't be smiling in my face and then you know that they're plotting to fire me and then you're not saying anything to me. Because I guess their whole thing was they were gonna have me come in, work my whole shift without telling me that anything was wrong, so that I don't like either walk out and have them short-staffed or whatever. It's smart, but at the same time I'm like, one of y'all could have told me if y'all were really my friend. But yeah, so I came into the store, I just felt it. I knew it was gonna be the day that I was cut. And I worked my whole shift, and then not Alfonso, but another one of the managers under him, we're gonna call him Guam. So if you work there, you know exactly who I'm talking about. So Guam, who was dating another manager there, which I think is against the rules, but we're gonna call her Latoya. So Guam and Latoya were dating, and I didn't say anything. I thought it was cute. I would be at their house, you know, on our off days. We would all do our little session and watch movies on the projector and just get geeked and have a good time. But Guam called me into the back after my shift was over, because I think I worked morning shift that day, so I wasn't closing. But he was like,
You know, I know that you felt like this was probably coming, and we hate to do this.
which you don't. You don't hate to do it. You were plotting on it. All of y'all knew, and you were still sitting there smoking with me, having a good time with me, not saying anything.
We hate to do it, but, you know, we're gonna let you go.
And this was before I knew that in Georgia you could just get fired for no reason without any explanation. So I was kind of like, huh? But their reason for firing me, y'all.
We feel like you're just not happy here, and like you can, you know, if you want to do your music, you can just do so much better. You should go and pursue that, and we don't want to hold you back.
I'm like, y'all, were y'all doing all this just because all of that shit I was talking? Like, because I said that we can do better to the other employees? You didn't want me to rile them up and have them thinking that we can all just quit? Is that really the reason? Or is it because I didn't want to take out the trash that one night because I was about to miss the train? Like, I still to this day don't know exactly, but they literally said to me,
We just feel like you're not happy here, and you know, you can do so much better without us, and we're just gonna have to let you go.
So I was just like, bet. And they were like,
Everything's fine, we're cool here.
and I was like, I mean, we're gonna have to be because you just fired me. So like, it's not like I'm about to throw a tantrum or throw a fit or fight to work here because one, my skin's breaking out from all of the oily, greasy food. And two, y'all really be doing the most for the least. So yeah, I guess we're done here. So that was whatever. I was like, okay, cool. Y'all are kind of messed up for doing it at the end of the shift. It is smart, but at the same time, like, y'all didn't have to have me work this nonsense. I could have been at home if I knew that this was going to be my last day. Like, but it was what it was. Like, I wasn't mad. Well, I'm not going to cap. I was, like, mad. Not like I really needed the money because I was in school, so it wasn't like I had to pay rent or anything. But I was just kind of like, all right, you know, y'all did me kind of dirty. Like, if all y'all were supposed to be cool with me, one of y'all could at least told me I was finna get fired. Like, all of you knew, didn't say anything, and then they were trying to act like we were cool after the fact. I was like, Latoya was trying to be friends with me afterwards or like be cool with me, and I literally just ignored her until she stopped hitting me up. Guam, I haven't talked to till this day. Alfonso, I actually seen him one day at my new job, and I was just kind of like, hey. But he didn't really recognize me until he saw who it was for real, because I think I was wearing a wig or something. I don't know. It was what it was. I moved on to better things. I actually started working at Tivana after that, which leads into the other story option that I was gonna do of why I don't do people's hair. But we can do that next story time because, child. But yeah, I mean, I'm not pressed that I don't work at Chipotle anymore. Like, if I had my own right now, I can only imagine what that really would have been like. And at the end of the day, I don't think that God had it in his plan for me to be working in fast food, so it is what it is. If any of y'all still work there, peace and blessings, but I doubt that any of you guys do. Like, I've seen a couple of y'all since then, and I feel like y'all don't work there anymore, which is cool, that's great, but I just want y'all to know, y'all really did me dirty. Anyways, like this video and subscribe if you liked this. If you want to see more story times, I also do Black-owned product review and just talk about life. You know, this is your girl B Loves Freedom, B Taylor. Follow me on social medias, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I'm sorry that I was this lit. I feel like I didn't really do a good job of telling the story, but we'll see once I edited it. Once I edit it, we'll see once I edit it. So yeah, I mean, peace.